All in frame? And we're ready. Good evening. Welcome to the Tuesday, February 17th City Council meeting. We're streaming live on YouTube and archiving there. We are going to go through our agenda very quickly tonight because we have a Plan Commission meeting that begins at 6 o'clock. So let's get started. And as always, we'll stand and invite others to join us in the Lord's Prayer, followed by pledge.
Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, and we'll do roll call.
Patrick Tabanel.
Here.
Carla Krebs.
Here.
Lucy DiTillo.
Here.
Josh Schaefer.
Here.
Joel Storm.
Just walking in.
Oh, walking in.
Okay. Jim Bartlett.
Here.
And Josh Wilbur.
Here.
Thank you. Council, have you had an opportunity to review the minutes from the last meeting dated January the 20th?
No, I move we approve the minutes as submitted.
Thank you.
I'll second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. I'd like to invite Mike Perry, who is the worshipful master of the Eureka Lodge number 30. And Mike, thank you for being here tonight. I want to read a proclamation and present the proclamation to you in recognition of Black History Month. And I'm going to read it from here just so I can have the bright light. The City of Madison Proclamation commemorating Black History Month 2026. Whereas the celebration of Black history was established by Dr. Carter Woodson in February 1926 as a time to celebrate African American history and culture. The second week in February was chosen to coincide with the birthdays of Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. President Gerald Ford officially recognized Black History Month in 1976, calling upon the public to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Black History Month is a time for citizens of our city, state, and country to reflect on the rich history and teachings of Black Americans and honor the progress and achievements in education, economic development, and culture made throughout the world. Whereas Madison was a hub to the Underground Railroad movement and is home to Broadway School, the first commissioned colored school in Indiana, and our county is home to Eleutherian College, the first college in Indiana that allowed people of color to attend. Many other churches and organizations in the Black American community, such as Broadway Baptist Church, St. Stephen AME Church, and Eureka Lodge, have had a positive impact on our community. Whereas the Georgetown settlement on the east end of Madison was a prominent example of a self-supporting free Black community in the 1800s. In June 2020, the City of Madison reaffirmed its commitment to promote diversity and inclusion in the community, and it's making many investments in support of our Black history. Whereas the City of Madison is committed to equality and inclusivity and is proud to honor the history and contributions of Black Americans in our community. On November the 7th, 2024, we hosted a ribbon cutting at our newly constructed Legacy Park and unveiled a commissioned bronze bust of Georgie Baptiste, a hero who served as station master of Madison's Underground Railroad. In 2023, the city celebrated the restoration of Gaines Park, a symbol of our Black heritage inside of the Broadway School. And in 2026, the city and the Veterans Administration recognized Mr. Charles O'Banion with a commemorative flag to be flown each year as one of the last living Tuskegee Airmen. Now, I, Bob Courtney, Mayor of the City of Madison, do hereby proclaim the month of February of 2026 to be Black History Month, and I encourage all Madison residents to join us. Mike, I'd like to present this to you and invite you to say a few words. Turn over there, and maybe you'll give us a picture. Thank you, Council. You're welcome to say a few words. But you're not shy, are you, Mike? Moving through our agenda, we do have a couple of resolutions and a couple of ordinances, so I'll turn it over to our council.
The first resolution is resolution number 2026-1, a resolution of the Madison City Council of Madison, Indiana, authorizing the submittal of the Community Development Block Grant Owner-Occupied Rehab Grant application to the City of Madison, Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs and addressing related matters.
And we will have a public hearing with regard to that. Patty Jackson with SERPC is here. Erica Klein is here, who is our program and grant manager working on this grant with Patty at SERPC. We have the resolution to adopt, but also a public hearing. So Joe, what's the best way to handle that? Is to maybe go ahead and read in the two resolutions and two ordinances and then adjourn for the public hearing? Is that okay?
That's kind of what I thought, and then we
Okay.
can come back and vote on them.
Thank you.
The second is resolution number 2026-2C, and that is a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of a master tax exempt lease purchase agreement and related instruments and determining other matters in connection therewith.
And Mindy, our Director of Finance, as well as our Assistant Chief, Brandon Ehlers, is here to talk about the purchase of the firefighting apparatus. There was a presentation made at Board of Public Works and Safety this morning. They made a favorable recommendation on making the acquisition of the equipment.
Thank you, Mayor.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Oh.
Yep.
Do we
We
want?
did not have a public hearing for.
Yeah, but we also have a public hearing on the E.O. Muncie project as well.
You want to read that one?
Yeah, I think so.
The ordinance.
Yep, we've got an
Okay.
ordinance
Okay.
on that as well. We're deciding we'll just do all three of them at the
Okay.
same time.
I'm sorry. My
And then
apologies.
adjourn. They're okay.
Getting rushed.
And then there is an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Madison, Indiana, vacating certain alleys and streets in the City of Madison, Indiana. And then we also have an ordinance on additional appropriations, which is number 3, if I can get to it. And that is additional appropriations ordinance number 2026-3.
And that ordinance reinstates the budget for the full-time Madison Fire Department chief.
Yes. So if we can recess the meeting and open up the public hearings for the E.O. Muncie project, the additional appropriations, and the
We'll start with,
owner-occupied
Right.
rehabilitation grant. So if there's anybody that has anything to say on either of those, you can come to the podium and state your name and say what you
I'm going
want.
to invite Eric and Patty to come up at this time and describe the program.
Good evening, council. Can you hear me? Okay. Just because this is the first time that I've addressed you guys, the mayor's already introduced myself, but I am Erica Klein, and I serve for the city as their grant and project manager. The City of Madison is partnering with the Southern Indiana Planning Commission. It's an acronym that some folks know as SERPC for short. We are going to be applying to an owner-occupied rehabilitation grant through the Office of Community and Rural Affairs. The city has hosted several public engagement meetings directed by the Southern Indiana Planning Commission to increase our statistical data in support to show the city's need for this program. Here with me today to present and request approval of Resolution 2026-1 is Patty Jackson. She is the Deputy Director for the Southern Indiana Planning Commission and the Grant Administrator for this application.
I'm going to do just a small presentation about the program, and then I'll open it up for any questions or comments. So on or before March 1st, the City of Madison will be submitting an application for $350,000 to the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs for a Community Development Block Grant Owner-Occupied Rehab Program. The funds will be partnered with a grant that the Regional Planning Commission was awarded on behalf of Jefferson County and City of Madison for $54,469. Those funds will be used to meet the match requirement for the program. So the total project cost is $404,469. We will assist low to moderate income households only, and we will target elderly, disabled, single-parent head of households, and veterans. We will target them. 100% of the applicants will not necessarily be that, but they will all be 100% low to moderate income. A person must live in the home as their primary residence. They must provide proof that they have homeowners insurance. They must own their home or have a mortgage on their home. It cannot be a land contract. They need to show proof that they're current with their mortgage. They need to show proof that they're current with their property taxes. And the property cannot be located in a floodway in order to receive assistance. If funded, the program is proposing to assist 20 low to moderate income residents located within the limits of Madison with minor repairs to their home. The following items are what we are restricted to. We can do roof repair or replacement, new water heater, new HVAC, electrical upgrades and or lighting replacement, ADA accessibility to the threshold of the home, so this could be a ramp, grab bars, handrails, things like that. And then if the home tests positive for radon, we would do a radon mitigation system. A licensed home inspector will be procured for the program to complete an inspection on each of the items that we just listed. And then we will generate a scope of work from his inspection report. And then that work will be let out for bid. We will also procure for a radon inspector for the project. Lots of times they are one and the same. The home inspector and the radon inspector are both the same person. Each property will be submitted to the State Historic Preservation Office prior to any work commencing for review and clearance. So especially in downtown Madison with the historic properties, where if it's an asphalt shingle roof, we're going to keep it an asphalt shingle roof. If it's a metal roof, we're going to keep it a metal roof. We don't want to argue with them, and we don't want to come in front of the historic board. Because I know the answer to that question. Anyway. Construction, again, will be competitively bid out in a competitive sealed bid process, and a contract will be signed for each property address. So it can be a different contractor for each property. The grant award announcement, they haven't given us an exact date, but we're predicting it will be May 1st of 2026. So in about a month and a half, and this again is due March 1st. But I would like to just open up for any comments or questions about the program from the audience or from the council.
So the contractors and the bid process will be handled by the program, not the
Yes.
individual homeowners?
Well,
Or-
the grant administrator, we will advertise for contractors to get on a bidders list. And then they will give us copies of their insurance, their financial statement, kind of a resume about themselves. We'll check them for the debarred list with the state. And then when we have houses ready to let out for bid, we'll do like 5 at a time or 8 at a time. It just depends when ones are ready and when they're not. And we'll mail those out to the contractors on the bidders list. And then we'll give them like probably 3 weeks to get their bids together, and then the bids will be either open up here at the city council meeting or at the Board of Public Works, whichever you guys prefer. So,
But those will be, the contracts will be with the program or with the grant program, not with the homeowner?
the contract will be between the contractor, the homeowner, and the mayor's signature will be required on those.
Is there any flexibility or leeway? I know you mentioned that this can't happen in floodplain areas, but often those are some of the, biggest people that have the greatest need, given the past few floods. I know we're getting projects underway to help with that. Is there any way to kind of, try to work with that?
Unfortunately, no.
No?
Not until they are designated out of the floodway, then they could be considered. And that's not a rule we make, that's through the state, through the
Sure.
CDBG program.
It would
so.
be, now our local dollars, we don't have that restriction through our PACE program.
Yeah, you could use your local funds, but you couldn't use the USDA funds, the Housing Preservation Grant that we got to partner with us, because then that becomes ineligible with Okra if you would do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I just want to add that I'm really happy for 2026 because when you take this program, if we get funded, and again, I think it's very well structured, our meetings with Okra have gone very well. You add in the funding for the Paul Brune grants that are under construction now, and then the City and Redevelopment Commission's commitment for PACE, and we have over $1 million allocated in 2026 for restoration, rehabilitation of homes, the majority of which are going to be to low and moderate income households. So this is a really good year for that initiative. Any other questions for Patty? Anybody?
I have a question.
What? Excuse me, if you're going to come, do you need it get on record and name and address, please?
Got a corral. Debbie Beeman, Walnut Street. Once you get the contractor and everything, is there going to be a time limit on the contractor that he has to get the work done at a certain point?
So when we let it out for bid, it takes several weeks to get the release of funds from the state because now they know the exact amount that the contract's going to be for. So we'll meet, we'll sign your contract, we'll get the release of funds, and then we will issue a notice to proceed, and then they'll have 90 days to complete the work from that time period.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
Yeah. Any other
Thank-
questions?
Thank you, Patty.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Patty.
All right. Are there any questions on 2026-3, which is the additional appropriation?
Committee is here to represent that, and we'll see if there's any public comment on the additional appropriations.
Thank you. That additional appropriations in this case are for two things. There's two categories at least. The category for lit public safety is to put the full-time fire chief salary in, plus benefits and taxes. And there's also a second line that goes to 911 dispatch. So we budget around the same number every year, but then they do a true-up at the end of the year, and the county let me know in January of this year that we're going to need about $34,000 more to meet the commitment for 26 to 911. So I went ahead and included that so that we'll be able to make our quarterly payments throughout the year on that. The other one is, sorry, I don't have the document in front of me. What's the second category? It's DOC contract for, thank you, CUMCAP Development Fund. That is for the DOC contract. If you remember, in 25, we hadn't budgeted as much as the regular contract amount. So they went ahead and billed us for everything. We found the money. We moved money around to take care of it. But they billed us for fourth quarter. So we went ahead and paid it. We paid it in January, so it technically came out of $26. So I'm putting that back. And then the contract that we signed for renewed services through DOC was more than what we had been paying. So that additional amount is to cover the 26 contract for them. So that will make us whole for the year on all of that.
Anybody have any other questions on this ordinance for additional appropriations?
What made the amount, raise?
At DOC?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What were the
we have a 5-year contract with them.
Mhm.
It had always been at 85,000, and they came back at 120. We told them that we didn't budget near that much. So for this 5-year contract, I believe they reduced it to 105.
Did they have anything to substantiate such a, increase?
I don't think so. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say
I
that
mean,
they
if you look at just the
substantiated.
time value money, 5 years, and a
Sure.
20 or
Yeah.
30% increase would
Yeah.
not unusual. We did negotiate it down.
Yeah.
They provide an invaluable service, and The good news is, we spent a lot of time last year renegotiating the interlocal agreement with Jefferson County, and I'm grateful for the commissioner and county council's support, because the source of funding for the majority of this, particularly the chief's position, is coming from our public safety lit dollars, and we're recapturing about $150,000 more a year now because of that renegotiation.
On the DOC, I think there's some competition for their services as well,
Oh, sure.
and that has affected the cost as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else from council? Anything else from the public? Okay, so I think we are going to, and we would ask to postpone the hearing as it pertains to the E.O. Muncie project. They needed to come in another time, and also an issuance of time. So we would like to postpone that to our next meeting, March the 3rd, 2026 at 5:30 at council chambers. So assuming that there's no issue with that, that's what we will do. And that will close the public hearings.
Joe, that will be the second reading and the hearing, correct? Or is that-
Yes.
Table anything?
And so we will close the public hearings, and now we'll go back to resolution number 2026-1C, and this is the owner-occupied rehabilitation grant. So do we have a motion to approve resolution number 2026-1C?
I move that we approve resolution 2026-1C as presented.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Okay, can we have a roll call?
Patrick Kavanaugh,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes.
Lucy DeTillo,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer,
Yes.
Joel Storm,
Yes.
Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
and Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
Okay. And
Thank you,
then
council.
now we will go to, because I took this out of order, resolution 2026-2C, and that is authorizing a lease purchase agreement for fire apparatus.
Thank you. I'll be quick on this, but please feel free to ask whatever questions that you need to. So this morning at the Board of Works meeting, they gave approval for us to purchase a new fire truck for the Hilltop. And Mr. Ehlers had a very nice presentation on the need for that. I think you're all aware of the need for that, and you had seen the presentation, this current situation with the Quint 6 and the condition of it, and then the new vehicle that we were able to source. And I will tell you, it's not the first time that we've tried to source a vehicle. Moving at the speed of government makes it difficult to take advantage of a sale when one becomes available. So we've tried to act quickly on this one and get all the financing in place. I have worked with the Indiana Bond Bank. They have a program called HELP, which is an equipment leasing purchase program through the state. What they do is I send the information to them. They source it sort of out to bid to different banks that are interested, and report that back to us, and then set us up for doing business with them. It's a very easy process. It has gone very well. U.S. Bank has a government leasing program. They were the winning bidders on this deal. So the asking price on this truck was originally $475,000, and that was negotiated down to $400,000. There is a discount if paid in full of $2,590. So our final purchase price will be $397,410. We are financing $370,500 through the leasing program, and then we will be paying $26,910 out of the fire apparatus fund. That is in place for these fire companies to put money into for as they need to replace equipment. There's about $30,000 in there for this station, so we're going to use most of that to help offset some of the funding. And our annual payment, they are only going to finance this for 5 years. The age of the vehicle is a little bit older, which we were fine with. We're going to do 5 annual payments of $83,180.76. That first one will not be due until 2027, so I will be budgeting for that out of the lit in the 27 budget as we go through that process. We do have an option to prepay it in full if we choose to, and our total interest on the entire deal would be $45,403.80. So what I would need from you is just an approval to enter into the financing terms.
So do we have a motion to approve resolution number 2026-2C?
I move for the approval of Resolution 2026-2C.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay, do we have any questions for Mindy?
Yeah, just a little bit of the details. While we're leasing, do they have, within the contract, like service and any maintenance within that lease? that we
We're
can get from
responsible
them?
for all of that
There's a warranty.
Yeah.
One-year
Okay.
warranty.
from the purchasers, from who we're purchasing, yes. Financing wise, we're responsible for all of that. There'll be a lien holder at just like any other lease. I did want to mention that it is a lease to purchase. So at the end of the 5 years, we'll be able to purchase that for $1.
Okay, great. And then is there any additional insurance required to cover the loan, or just the insurance? that
No
we
additional,
have?
they'll just need to be listed as on the policy,
Okay, alrighty.
as additional insured.
Any other questions from council? Anything from the audience? Okay, can we have a roll call vote, please?
Sure. Patrick Temenoff,
Yes.
Carla Krebs,
Yes.
Lucy DeTilla,
Yes.
Josh Schaefer,
Yes.
Joel Storm,
Yes.
Jim Bartlett,
Yes.
and Josh Wilbur.
Yes.
Thank you, council.
And we also read into for first reading, ordinance number 2026-3, which is the additional appropriation.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you, council. Are there any reports, recommendations, or other business from standing or select committees of council? Hearing none, moving on. Reports from city officials. I do have one tree board reappointment, Glenn Schulte. In his term, he's an existing member of the tree board, and his new 3-year term would end 12/31, I'm sorry, 12/31/27. All right, 26, 2-year term, excuse me, 2-year term. Just need a motion to approve that nominee.
I move that we approve that nominee.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Turn it over to clerk treasurer relative to the notification of outdated checks.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'll go super fast. We have got to every year eliminate the 2-year or older checks that are being held, and we're keeping them on our bank balance as part of our reconciliation, and we are catching up. So we have some that were outdated all the way back to 2019, and we are just to present this to you. There's no vote needed. Just part of the Indiana code is we have to present the original list of checks and what fund they're going to go back into, and that's what you've got in front of you tonight.
No action necessary by council on that, just a notification.
Question, do we have to list those on the Indiana?
No,
Lost
they
funds
won't,
site.
they won't allow that. If it's in the Indiana unclaimed,
Yeah, unclaimed.
yeah,
It's a weird,
It's very
weird
odd.
process.
yeah, it's very odd. But if someone were to come to us and say, we're supposed to be paid this, and we had a check that was outdated, we would research that and be able to pull that record keeping and reissue that check.
Otherwise, though, these just get absorbed back
They
into the
just get absorbed
funds.
back into the fund that's listed
Okay.
at the bottom of each page, so.
Councilman Bartlett, were there anybody who signed up for public comment? Okay. Our next, we'll move to adjourn. Our next meeting is Tuesday, March the 3rd. May I have a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
Seconded?
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Patty, thank you.
Wow, that was nice. We got some money back. People didn't cash their checks. I was looking for my own name.
I thought they were reissuing these checks, and so I've got four of these people were former tenants of mine. They're all water deposits, so I was gonna give them the